miles at the Monster Mile. We're going to have at least 7 drivers showing up tonight to race at the Dover International Speedway. Last week's winner was Chad Frankenfield, and he is looking to get 3 consecutive race wins.
You're gonna fail. Because John's doesn't work. Listen.
Drivers are strapping into their race cars to go qualifying. It'll be an 8-lap qualifying session where drivers can get their best setups in to put up the fastest lap, and that's such a crucial part of this evening's race at the Dover International Speedway because track position is such a key component. In the Truck Series race, Keith Marek was able to hold off David Brailsford and Ryan Thorvaldsen by staying out late in the race. And had he not done that, the odds of him winning would have gone down significantly. It also depends upon how good someone else's vehicle is, whether it's a car or a truck. John O'Heisel displayed a fantastic drive to win all 3 stages and take his first career PCRL Xfinity Series race win in dominating fashion. And now he comes here looking for redemption after last week's snuff of a race win.
Yeah, this is the one I recommend trying. Honestly, it worked pretty well.
What did you just say to me? Boy. Indeed.
Yep.
What?
Drivers will scatter between the front straightaway and turns 1 and 2 to try to get a clean open track to get onto pit road the safest.
I mean, if you want to like,
oh my God,
I'm not gonna deny it.
Oh, hello. Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Many drivers are slowing to get onto pit road. The 4, the 78, and the 18 all are coming on pit road now to put their adjustments in, and we expect several more over the course of this 8-lap qualifying session.
Oh God, 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 God.
Gucci and the Gucci.
Oh, God.
Now, not only is handling a huge part of tonight's race in the Monster Mile, but it is a lot to do with handling. Handling is such a key component to be able to run up at the front of the field and stake your claim, essentially.
Chad and I may or not practice together.
Congratulations.
Watch an onboard cam of the 18 as he runs to get the green flag in his qualifying lap. Off the exit of the corner, about a half of a car length off of the wall. You can see he drives it in. 151 miles an hour was the lowest speed he hits. And that is such a quick speed around the Dover International Speedway. It's a quick speed anywhere. But then he drives down in. The highest speed he hits is 176. Touches the apron a little bit, gets a little squirrely. Holds on to it.
My God.
What did you just say?
Pushes up tight, trying to get more than the car is worth. So definitely either adjustments on his race line or adjustments on the setup. He seems very loose entering the turns, and then it
Dang
gets
it.
tighter through the center and the exit.
Oh, if I didn't hit the wall off the corner, I could have ran 22.
Talk about
I'm
setups.
talking about it.
The 18 car steps out a little bit through the exit of 1 and 2.
Hi.
The idea is to
Oh,
try to
you
get
didn't murder me there.
low down to the bottom of the racetrack without touching the apron. The apron is such a treacherous part around here at the Dover International Speedway. It bit several drivers over the last 2 events here.
Listen, this truck. Yeah. Hey, listen, I was 8 in the truck race, but I wasn't 8 in Xfinity.
You just were.
Yeah, Ryan and I had one hell of a battle. You know, flying Ryan.
Time is running out for several drivers to get setups in and put up a fast qualifying lap.
Oh yeah. Or
As the
Marty.
session is nearing the
Oh.
end.
Yeah. I beat my meat for a living.
That folks is Ryan. The flying.
I'm actually gonna be upgrading Thor to Town Hall 9 Eddie. That's kind of scary. That's like my baby coming to Town Hall 9.
And drivers are coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, completing
Yeah, all you have left
their
are pretty much
qualifying
balls, right?
session. And we are going to find out very shortly who will be starting from the front row.
Yeah. Like. Yeah, I don't remember. What are your pink right now? Oh, so you're basically all purple. Okay. And what did the 500,000 to go to the black? Yeah, I think so. But the thing that sucks about Town Hall 8 is there's not enough things to do with the elixir once you're done with it, you know? Whereas like gold, once you're done with all your buildings and all that, then you can do the walls and all that stuff. But like, you can't do anything with all that elixir, so then like, I mean, it'd be nice if you could upgrade the Town Hall 8 walls with both elixir and gold, like you can the higher level walls like what I have on my main.
We're going to find out who starts in the first position, such a crucial part, and your pole sitter, Jono Heisel, winner of the Xfinity Series race last night, will take his number 5 Chevrolet and put it on the pole. Starting in the 9th position will be the driver of the number 88, Tim Smith.
Eddie, I'll be back.
Starting in 8th will be the driver of the number 48, Ryan Thorvaldsen. 7th is
You're off
teammate
by 2
in the
tenths.
24, Eddie Carter. Starting in 6th is the 19 Toyota Camry of Rashawn Lewis. Starting in 5th is Harrison Thailand. Starting in 4th is Keith Merrick in the 18. Starting in 3rd is Chad Frankingfield in the 78 car. Starting in 2nd is David Brelsford in the number 3. And pole sitter for tonight's event is John Hoheisel.
Yeah.
Look at Pancako getting that number 2 position.
After the Truck Series and Xfinity Series races were running, several drivers found out that the outside lane when you on either the initial start or the restart is the worst spot to be. So we'll see how the outside lane fares, but it also has to do a lot with how the drivers shift. John O'Heisel was in the Truck Series race, started on the outside, and even though that's a bad spot to start with anyways, he missed a shift and held up the entire outside lane. So it's not just the outside lane, it has a lot to do with driver error. So we'll see who can keep up with the shifts and who can keep up with leaders. Pace car drops off onto pit road. Drivers coming out of turn number 4. Green flag in hand. Fans on their feet. We're racing in Dover.
No, you didn't.
John O'Heisel jumps out to the early lead, but Chad Frankenfield in the 78 right on his tail. A familiar sight from last weekend's race at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Big crash! 3-car, 18, 4, 88. Several cars involved, and that's going to bring out our first caution of the night.
No, shush. Stop it. Don't make me guilty.
Drivers are going to jump into pit road to put their setups
okay.
in. I
It'll be
don't
very,
think they
very-
expected it this early, but they can get their setups in now, figure out what they have
Yeah,
for
does
this
my car wanna get
200 lap
more?
event.
It's just what the heck are you doing, Eddie?
It
You're on
looked
the
like
wall.
the 3 car kind of shuffled up the racetrack, kind of had the 4 cars help on the
I don't know if I
inside,
got my adjustments
ran up
in.
into the wall, and stopped just about everybody in the back straight away.
Nope, I didn't. Lit.
Now it's the 5 and the 48 on the front row coming to the green flag yet again. Let's try this again.
No. Ryan, I'm sorry. I don't feel right with you.
Do it.
Eddie Carter.
Heisel trying to clear the 48, and he will. Driver's going high again. Another crash.
That was
Caution
100% my
again.
fault. I hit the wall.
It seems with these Cup cars, there's just too much speed going through the centers of 1 and 2. We can't even get out of turn number 2 without an accident. So drivers are going to have to figure out that that give and take factor. The problem is the fact that drivers pitting don't understand how their car really reacts, because they've only gotten through a turn, just one turn, with their setups on. They have to go several laps to figure it all out.
Oh my.
So the fans have rose to their feet yet again. Chad Frankenfield will be the new race leader, with pole sitter John Heisel starting second, the 18th American third. Green flag.
When we've been in this race for 3 minutes and we're already on lap 15.
Yeah, that's how fast we are.
Down to turn 1, the 5 car has the edge.
You look pretty.
We haven't seen that all time. Oh, 78 car
God.
wrecks.
Yes.
Big crash through turns 1 and 2, but no caution comes out. John Heisel takes over the race lead.
Oh God. He's the 88, right?
50 laps to go in stage number 1 here at the Dover International Speedway.
That was a better lap, 37.135. Thanks, appreciate it, buddy.
This racetrack is just so tough on all these drivers. You can see just getting through turns 1 and 2, it just didn't seem that, for the first 3 starts, that anybody could really get through turns numbers 1 and 2. But now that everybody's kind of shuffled out, spread out, and started to settle in, drivers starting to figure out their race cars, figure out the racetrack, and hopefully we can get a green flag run all the way to the end of stage number 1. Now, it does not look like everybody's going to be able to make it on fuel. It looks like they're about 15 laps short for now, but as the course of the race runs on, we will see that estimated fuel go up a little bit. I probably surmise about 3 to 4 laps, but nonetheless, they will still have to make a pit stop, and the pit road entrance here at the Dover International Speedway it's just downright awful. You can barely get onto it, especially going 160 miles an hour through the turns, and then also trying to get down into pit road without speeding, because black flags are such a killer at any racetrack, but at a 1 mile racetrack around here, it's a killer. You can lose a lap in an instant because you had a 15-second penalty on pit road.
I'm pretty sure it's 45.
No, that's like what it is at Daytona or whatever.
Daytona is 55.
40. Pretty sure.
I know Daytona and Talladega are both 55.
You're welcome.
So Keith all of a sudden quit talking. Oh my God. I just got...
Yeah, I've been there for like 20 minutes.
I just had to do a group. spam these messages.
I hate that.
Yeah. It's frustrating. Whenever
So
somebody
far
adds
through
me
the
that I
two
never
races
really
that have
talked
been
to,
run
I
already
just, like,
this
delete
week,
them as a friend.
the
Leave
18
group and then delete them as a
Toyota
friend.
Tundra of Keith Merritt
Yeah,
got his
sorry.
first career Truck Series race win here, and John Heisel took the number 99 Ford Mustang to his first career race win in the PCRL Xfinity Series. Now, we're either looking for another first-time
I've never
winner,
had
or we're
that.
looking for a Chevrolet race winner to have.
I've had random
Three
people
of the
that I
same.
have like no mutual friends with. I've never seen their name in my life.
And
Once
one of the
in my
drivers
life,
that
I've
immediately
seen-
comes to
I've gotten
mind
those,
is the
like,
driver of the
friends
number
for a minute.
24, Eddie Carter. He seems that he's been snubbed out of race wins left and right, whether it's in
Yeah,
the Trucks,
it could be
Xfinity,
like
or
their
Cup
settings
Series.
too, like a
But
private-
today, that 24
Oh my
car, I
God.
think,
Here's
is
the first
the car to
message.
watch next to the 78 car, who
not
has,
gonna
by the way,
repeat
one
what
of
it
the
said.
fastest race cars right now, currently tracking a good 2/10 faster than the rest of the field, even in the 8th
They're a
position.
little too high in the turns. That's what I'm noticing.
Speaking of the 78, he's running on the back of the number 18 Pedigree Toyota Camry through turns 3 and 4. 78 getting a great run through turns 3 and 4 with the draft
This car's
help.
definitely a long run car.
Oh, 78 gets loose. Holds on to it. And he's going to take over the 7th position, now in pursuit of the number 88 of Tim Smith. Ryan Thorvaldson driving the number 48 car, and that 48 has been synonymous with domination in Dover. 11 race wins for Jimmy Johnson here at the Dover International Speedway, and he looks to get his first career win at the Dover International Speedway tonight. He was able to win at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, another 1-mile racetrack, and he is looking to get his second race win and further his run for a championship. .38 laps to go in stage number 1. Drivers
There's a
have settled
setting
out and
when you
strung out.
broadcast, you can set your, like a little voice will come over and like read the comments to you if you have it like set where you can't read them. I noticed that. I think it was last night.
Going to take it on board with the 18 car, running in 8th position behind the 78 of Chad Frankenfield. See how close he gets to that bottom lane. And that's such a treacherous spot to be, because if you just push a little bit too far over that cushion, you're going to touch the apron and either get extremely loose or spin. And this is a self-cleaning racetrack, and it will take you and several others with it no matter where you are on the racetrack. See, as we say that, he runs about a half lane up from the bottom line.
David, where are you at?
He seems to be catching the 88 as well. But Chad Frankenfield looks like he's going to get to that 6th position before the 18 will.
He's in 4th.
I didn't hear you.
35
Oh my God,
laps
this group
remain
chat is
in
going
stage
insane.
number 1.
Can't wait for caution or something to leave this freaking thing.
Now in the Xfinity Series, stage number 1 went green all the way to the end, and what a battle it was. The 99 of John Heisel had about a second lead over the 18 of Keith Merrick, but Merrick was able to close in on him slowly but surely on those stock setups, and it was near, I don't know, it was really close if that 18 could have got under the 99 at some point through one of the turns. He might have had the stage
I'm
win.
just lifting.
But what a great battle it was. And then as soon as everybody got their setups in, it just seemed that everybody got strung out a little more than they already were. The top 2 drivers from last night's Xfinity Series race at the end of stage number 1 were good. So, crash! 19 car. 19 of Rashawn Lewis down on the inside of the back straightaway. Must have gotten a little free and hit the wall through turn number 2. Either that or he got some help. But either way, he is 7 seconds behind the 7th place driver, 5.5 seconds behind the 8th place driver.
4.5, you're close.
Oh,
Chad Frankenfield
wall's
looking to get
treacherous.
another position, trying to bring himself back up into the top 5 after starting in the 3rd position. Going to go under the 88 of Tim Smith and clear him for that position.
oh yeah. If I wasn't about to lose on the exit, I'd be
18 tags the wall above the exit of turn number 2.
faster.
Seems to be all right. But that 48, he is throwing out a hook and reeling him in. Has dropped it from about 4 seconds of a deficit down to 1.8. So that 48 is hooked up. Either out of the 18 is just falling back and in a hurry.
When John's 8 seconds ahead.
Don't feel so bad. He's 15 and a half ahead of me.
29 laps to go. And John O'Heisel continues to pace the field in the number 5 Mountain Dew Chevrolet. That is a new look for him this season. Actually, it's just a new car in general. We mentioned several times last week that he moved from the number 77 Toyota Camry to the number 5 Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet. He ran the LiftMaster paint scheme last week, and now he currently is running the Mountain Dew Chevrolet. And you can't miss it. It's a bright white and green Chevy pacing this field, and it looks fantastic, especially in the lead. Other paintings that are being run is the Pedigree Toyota Camry of Keith Mary, a bright yellow car. And another fantastic scheme is the number 88 Dale Jr. Exalta Tribute paint scheme. Definitely a fan favorite amongst everybody. And he currently is running in the 6th position. And quite the eye catcher would be the 19 of Rashawn Lewis. Oh, crash! 88 and 18, and 48 gets involved. Oh my! I think the 88 was trying to get the pit road.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Back her down.
88 stopped,
right,
came down in front of the 18 car, and big crash. And that 5 car, he was not far behind the lap cars. So John O'Heisel, David Brailsford, Harrison Talent,
Make sure to pit.
Eddie Carter, and Chad Frankenfield are going to be in the top 5 positions. We're going to re-rack them and get everybody back up in the same pack once again. The call from the tower as we are going green. This time, we're underway again.
I guess I forgot to do during that caution.
Shift. Okay.
Leave the group chat.
5 and the 3 goes down into turn number 1 side by side. No longer 5 car clears the 3 and takes over the race lead. Ooh, they're beating it, banging off the exit of turn number 2. We got a spin. Caution is out. Looks like Harrison Talent and Chad Frankenfield got together up off the exit of turn number 2, bringing out our 4th caution of the day. Some drivers will pit, some drivers will not. We're going to see who's going to take the chance of staying out. O'Heisel and Frankenfield have not put in their pit, and they will be on the front row together. Arguably the 2 best drivers this season will be restarting together on the front row. Coming to the restart box again. Green flag. 18 laps to go in stage number 1. The 5 of O'Heisel trying to get that edge on the 78. He looks like he will. Ooh, 3 car checks up off the exit of turn number 2. And the caution waves again, stacked up. Everybody on the inside line from 5th on back.
I didn't wreck. I don't know how that caution came out.
Yeah, I saw that. I was on the outside of you and you just like slid up.
I build.
Now, as time is ticking away on stage number 1, who's going to stay out? Ryan Thorvaldsen is going to join John O'Heisel and Chad Frankenfield up in the top 3 positions. It is a Hendrick Motorsports 1, 2, 3 down on the inside lane. Green flag. Nope. 18 going to drop down to the bottom in turn 1. Clearing the 88. Still side by side is the 5 and the 78. But 5 gets the edge. 48 trying to follow suit. 78 fighting back on the outside of the 48. But that inside line looks like it is prevailing for the most part. 13 to go in stage number 1. 48 pushes up a little high, getting close to the 78, but they are keeping their distance. The 3-car, David Brailsford, saying, hey guys, I'm here. I'd like that second position. Gonna try to sneak under the 48. 48 closes the door. 3-car checks up. Bounces into the 78 car. 24, Eddie Carter says, hey, what's up? I'm taking over the 4th position. What a fantastic move by him. He was able to have a heads-up move. 24, slowing. Oh, no, he must have hit the apron off the exit of turn number 2.
You little NASCAR packer.
Gets loose, falls all the way back to the 6th position. He might end up falling further. And he will.
I guess there's no caution.
David Brailsford is now in the 6th position. It is a heated battle for the top 3. Frankenfield looks like he's a little laggy. That 48 car trying to make the Monster Mile reputation stick as he is right on the number 5 tail, heading into turn number 1 with 10 laps to go. Ooh, 78 touches the apron a little bit off the exit of turn number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Going to maintain that 3rd spot, though. Rashawn Lewis trying to reel in his teammate for the 4th position. He was running pretty solidly in the top 5 before he had his incident a while back, and currently running in the top 5 yet again. Definitely seems to have a solid race car. 5 car has gapped the 48 just a tad, not too much. 48 is still within striking distance. The 5 car does happen to make a mistake. 19 going to peak low in the 18, not going to make the move. 8 laps to go in stage number 1. Five car continues to stretch out that lead over the 48. Heisel looks like he's taking that form from
And
last night's Xfinity Series race and putting it forth tonight. Putting his best foot forward in the number 5 Chevrolet.
Just kind of letting the car
48
do its
touches
own
the
thing
exit.
on the exit. If you
Touches the
try to
apron.
Switch the controller too much, then you'll get really loose and lose time.
5 car
Very
gonna
subtle
hang on
movements.
to that lead. Puts an even bigger gap between he and the 48, his teammate. And the 78 car is trying to bring the 48 back to his clutches for that 2nd position. And stage points are everything. 19 hits the wall in the entrance of turn number 1. He's going to fall back a few tenths behind the 18. He was right on his tail. All he needed was the 18 to have a little bit of a hiccup, and that 19 would have been in the 4th position. Instead, he's going to have to settle for the 5th position unless he makes another mistake, or if somebody in the top 4 is to make a mistake. 5 laps to go, and John Heisel is saying, please, no caution. Looks like the top 4 have become pretty stretched out as the 5 car reports seeing some lap drivers ahead of them, and we see the 8th and 9th position cars coming into his view. Do not think that he's going to be able to hit those lap cars, though, so I wouldn't worry all that much if I were John Heisel.
What's your right rear, John?
In terms of what?
Tire pressure?
Don't worry about it.
What the?
Why would I tell you?
Because you're my friend.
3 laps to go in stage number 1. Heisel continuing to stretch it out. Just making this look too easy around here. Mind you, this is one of the most difficult tracks that the PCRL Cup Series goes to all season long. It is on par with that of Darlington. And Darlington is such a hard racetrack to run. Only running around the outside lane is what you can really run. And it is considered an honor to get a Darlington stripe if you just bounce off the wall through any of the turns or a straightaway or whatever it may be. Definitely something that you'd like to come back to the shop with, ironically enough, as they tell you just keep the car clean. You get a stripe, don't worry about it. But here at Dover, if you get a stripe, you're not just getting a stripe, you're getting a lot more than you bargained for, because usually if you get a stripe, it means something went horribly wrong. But nothing has gone horribly wrong for John O'Heisel in this stage. He is going to win yet another stage this season. Ryan Thorvaldsen going to finish second, Chad Frankenfield third, Keith Merrick fourth, and Rashawn Lewis will round out the top five.
I almost
Then
got
it
the
is
apron.
Brailsford, Smith, Talon, and Carter. $10 points and a playoff point will be going to John O'Heisel and the number 5 team. Such a critical part of this season is to get as many stage points as possible, because at the end of the regular season, you get a 15-point bonus in playoff points if you are to be the regular season champion. And John O'Heisel, not going to say he has that easily in hand, but he certainly looks to be the favorite to win the regular season championship. And 15 playoff points to go through those first 2 rounds is such a huge part, because that is, depending upon how many drivers are in a race, a full race's points.
Rashawn, we lost
Here
by
we
one.
come to the green flag.
Lost by 1.
O'Heisel did not get a good restart. That 48 had a fantastic restart side by side, but the 5 car having that inside line powers away. The 78 wants some action too, gets loose. 18 hits the wall. 4 car gonna run up to the back of him. 24, everybody gets high. Out of turn number 4, everybody's all tight together. From about 5th on back, what a battle it is. 3 car pushes up in front of the 18, way too high, gets up in front of the 18 car. He's going to clear him. The 24, Carter, puts his car in front of the 18 now. Down to the inside is the 18, going to go under the 24, and the 3, not going to be able to make the move. 3 car going for the bottom.
4 car.
Go ahead, Ryan, you're faster.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
4 car of Talon trying to get to the back bumper. Here comes the 18 under the 4. 3 car checks up. 18 has to check up. He spins. Seems it's been a very common theme for that 3 car to be checking up either entrance or center of the turn, clogging up a little bit of the drivers, but it is all okay. 3 car gonna touch with the 4, but they're okay.
Sorry if I hit you out of 4 there, David.
Talon for the moment is up in the 6th position as Brailsford falls all the way back to the 7th position. Smith in 8th and Marek all the way back from the 4th position back to 9th.
Amazing how powerful the draft is, Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Although I still think you're faster.
And do we have a new leader here at the Dover International Speedway?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan to the lead.
And that we do. The 48 car to the front. A very familiar sight for all the fans that show up to the Dover International Speedway year after year. You see that 48 car pacing the field here at the high-banked concrete oval that they call the Monster Mile. He has conquered it 11 times. 11, that being Jimmy Johnson. Just something you don't see in this day and age for any driver to have double-digit wins at a racetrack, let alone a track as difficult as this.
Down low, Ryan.
But Thorvaldsen has the lead, but his teammate wants to take it back.
5 to the lead.
Inside, clear, 5 car retakes the race lead. 50 laps to go in stage number 1. Looks like that 5 car might just set sail again, but we wouldn't want to put our cards on it just yet. There are cautions and pit stops still to be had in this stage.
What's going on is there's something with the arc in the turn. Hello. It happens in a lot of the tracks in this game.
48
Not
car.
exactly sure how to fix it though.
Looks like another battle for the lead.
You have to make
48
it tight,
under
but
the
then you lose
5.
speed.
Ooh, 4 car hits the wall. Oh, I think you help from the 3
Still
car
there,
through the
Ryan.
center. 3 car must have pushed him up the racetrack. And the 4 car in the wall, gonna go all the way back to the 9th position. He almost had some company there. The 18 car was touching the apron, just about getting ready to spin, but holds on to it, trying to take that 7th spot away from Tim Smith. Gonna go under him on the exit of turn number 4. Not gonna be able to get there. 88 gives him the lane. 18 gonna power under him. Oh, he's gonna touch with him. He's gonna beat and bang. 88 in the wall a little bit.
Eddie,
Oh my god.
did you raise the wedge on the last pit stop?
And the 18 looks to be clear of the 88.
Okay. Try lowering the right rear tire pressure a little bit. That might help.
He is now in the 7th position. Eddie Carter currently has the 5th position. Don't count him out just yet. That 24 car has been on the rise the past couple of weeks, looking for his first career race win in the Cup Series.
I'm having that problem too.
He's got a good friend of his running right on his back,
Yeah,
number 3, David Brailsford,
too.
looking to take that top 5 spot away. And if the stage were to finish right now, Carter has 6 playoff points.
On turn exit of turn 2,
and stage
there's like
points
a
are just
bump
such a
there or
critical
something that
part
I keep hitting
of
like
any
break free a
season,
little bit on me every now and
of
then.
any race, really. They help in
And
the
then
biggest capacity
The
possible.
exact opposite
Because even if you
happens
don't
on
have the best
exit
of races,
4,
those stage points
I don't know
something
what
to fall
it is,
back
if
on.
there's like a flat spot on the track or what, but my car will push up a little bit in the
44 laps
center.
to go in stage number 2.
Probably just the tires breaking loose since the cars are on edge.
Yeah, that could be too.
Pushing them to their absolute limits.
I got really loose there, holy fuck.
Some pretty sharp battles all around the racetrack right now between 5th and 6th. Got 7th and 8th.
Hello, Ryan.
And we got battle for the race lead again. 48 in the 5.
Oh my gosh, this is a replay of yesterday.
Those two teammates, they look to be pretty hungry for another race win this season, and they are fighting it out in the best way possible for the race lead here at Dover.
1.5 seconds, 2 seconds maybe, I'll tell you here in this corner.
3 car going to go under the 24 yet again. Can he clear him? No. 24 still has the advantage.
It's about,
That's something you rarely see around here, is the outside lane working. Either the 3 car isn't working well on the bottom, or that 24 just has that outside working.
1.5, 2 seconds.
3 cars still right
56,
there.
57, 156,
Keeps getting down to the left rear wheel well of the 24. Not really able to do much with him after that, though. And we got the 78 car on pit road. Could this be a strategy call to come to the end of the stage with enough fuel? We will find out as everybody moves up one spot, and now David Brailsford in the 3 car is officially in the top 5. But he's not going to stop there, looking to get the 4th position away from the 24 car. How about we give a little shout out to the 19 of Rashawn Lewis. After having a frustrating start to today's race,
Right.
he currently obtains the 3rd position in the number 19
for now.
Subway Toyota Camry. 78 car, too
Definitely
fast
stay out, Ryan.
entering. Oh, that is a killer. That is something that's going to hurt him at the end of the stage, but thankfully, if everything is all well, and he is only one
Ryan.
lap down, if there is no cautions, of course, he may very
Just
well
stay
be
out
able
as long
to
as
get
you can for
the
now.
free pass. And we got a battle for 4th. 3 finally draw side by side, and he can't get it. 24 still ahead.
What is that sound?
24 still edging over that 3 car. 2 iconic numbers
So difficult.
in NASCAR have made their way over to PCRL. The 24, of course, driven by future Hall of Famer Jeff Gordon, and the 3 driven by first ballot Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Sr. That 3 car drives it in and gets it. Gets the 4th position over the 24, finally. 36 laps to go in stage number 2. And we're going to see if that 3 car was actually faster than the 24, or... Oh, 24 smacks the wall! Spins! Oh my. That was a hard lick. He goes from 5th all the way back to the 8th position. Looks like he was trying to go a little too much off the exit of turn number 2. Now the 18 and the 88 and also the 4 move up 1 position. Now the 18 obtains a top 5 spot. I believe John O'Heisel is still in the lead here at Dover.
Oh, sorry, Ryan. I wasn't trying to block you there.
Looks like the 48 and the 5 are pretty close for the race lead. The 18 car reports he only has 15 laps of fuel left. We got 33 laps left in this stage, so everybody will have to make at least 1 pit stop. But of course, as the 78 car found out in one of the worst ways possible, the pit road speed can come out and bite you if you aren't abiding by it.
Did we ever figure out what pit road speed is? 35?
Thank you, Sean. Stay out.
Did the 4 car wreck or did he pit? Find out. And the 4 car pit. So making his strategy claim now. Eddie Carter now moves up to the 7th position. Now, who will be the next driver to show their hand? Look at the 4 car either took fuel only or tires and fuel. We're going to find out. Looks like it may have just been a fuel only pit stop. Trying to keep as much track position as possible. 29 laps to go in stage number 2.
Oh, do not take 2 tires. It's so loose.
And we have found out that the 4 car took 2 tires, not just fuel only. Ooh, 4 car in the wall! Spin! That may have foiled his plan to maybe get a bump in the stage points, unfortunately. Just got a little too free there. '18 tagged the apron off the exit of turn number 4. Had a very heroic save, I must say. Able to keep it off of either one of the walls and from spinning. And who's the next driver that's going to show their hand and pit? Some of these drivers might go all the way to the end of their pit window. It might just take fuel only. John O'Heisel has been a driver that
Go ahead, Ryan.
has utilized strategy to his advantage several times this season already. Sometimes it's fared well for him, sometimes it has not. So the 48 car of Ryan Thorvaldsen has taken over the race lead.
Yep. Thank you, 4.
Ooh, 18 hits the wall by the end of turn number 4. Slowly but surely, that 3 car has reeled in the 19 of Rashawn Lewis. Went from about, I'd say about a second and a half to just under a second. 18 smacks the wall again.
I would just probably 38, 39. It's a good idea to stay out as long as possible here.
It just seems as the longer and longer this run is going, that 3 car just keeps getting a little bit quicker. He's starting to reel in that 19 again. down to 7/10 of a second. Dropped about 8/10 of a second on the 19. Trying to clamp down that third position. Lost 2/10 there. 3/10.
Yeah, you do that again, Ryan.
Looks like the 3 and the 24 they have another battle yet again. Very familiar sight from just 10 short laps ago.
So in next lap, or 2 laps, I guess.
Yeah.
3-car draws even with the 24.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Down to turn number 1.
It's going to be
The
disappointing.
24 gives him the courtesy and lets him go by. Trying to catch that 19 all over again. It looks like that 3-car just lost way too much time there. That 1.4 seconds now. Lost a full 7/10 of a second on the 7/10 gap that he already had. So double the gap in between he and Rashawn Lewis. That was 1.2, 1.4. 20 to go in this stage. 24 right to the back bumper of the 3 yet again. Several drivers are pitting now. The 19, the 3, and the 18 all pit.
Oh.
You get a penalty?
No, I did not.
Like
In the
20...
19 or 18. 18.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
John
Ryan got a speeding penalty
I
of
was going 30
48
miles an hour and they...
Speeding.
You got a penalty.
Oh my god.
4-car yet again in the wall.
Thank you, Eddie.
God, I could so use a caution right now.
We got one in 18 laps.
I just need to hold on.
So John, are you in what, 3rd then, or what?
First,
Oh, you are in 1st. Who's in 2nd and 3rd?
Keith, David, Rashawn, and
David.
Broncos
Yeah, I
fan.
figured it had to have been David.
Are you in 6th?
No, I am.
We're not sure. Did John
Ryan,
O'Heisel
you
pit
allowed?
already?
Yeah, he did.
Believe he did. Yes, O'Heisel did pit. He is now 6 seconds
Ryan, are you
ahead
lap down? No.
of Keith Marek in
No.
2nd. And then we
Okay,
got David
Eddie, you're the-
Brailsford,
you 1 lap
Sean
down?
Lewis, and Tim Smith rounding out the top 5.
Okay, you're the first car lap down. How far are you ahead of him? Okay.
You're gonna get me. My car's way too loose to do anything. I can't drive. I'm about to wreck right now.
Where are you at on the track, John?
Start finish line.
Okay, I'm about a half a lap behind you then.
Yeah.
14 to go in stage number 2. John O'Heisel looking to notch yet another stage win. And that will give him 2 playoff points heading into the playoffs, as he has already clinched a playoff berth through his 2 race wins this year.
Did you pit, Eddie? Oh.
Eddie, are you the 2nd or 3rd car lap down now? First? Oh, okay, so you're... Oh yeah, that's right, I saw you. Yeah. No, I haven't.
I pass Broncos fan.
That 3 car
No,
looking
he's
to
still
try
in
to
the lead.
take the second position away from the 18. He has dropped the deficit from about 4 seconds down to 2.5. And that 18 car hits the wall a little bit off the exit of turn number 4. That'll definitely help that 3's plight to try to get up to that second position. But Rashawn Lewis trying to take the 3rd spot away.
This is so frustrating.
Many drivers asking
Yeah,
for a
John,
caution.
I'd
They
be
just
up
need
there,
it
but
so
you know
bad
this game
because the
hates
cars,
me.
they are not handling well. But they only have 10 laps to wait.
I guess I'll have to go
Unbelievable.
25 into the pits this time instead of 30.
I did 38 into the pits.
Yeah, and I was at like 30, 35, somewhere in there. And it's like, oh, you got a penalty. Fuck you.
Yeah, the game is very touchy with it.
That 3 car
Like I said, a toddler could have made a
chopping
better
it down
game.
to just a 1-second deficit. Now under a second.
Just a lack of testing. You have to spend more time testing this stuff, not just crank out a game every year.
Yep.
But that's the whole problem. They know how to make a game, they just don't test it.
8 to go in
They
this
should
stage.
do like betas and all that stuff.
Yeah, agreed.
That 3 car of David Brailsford, he certainly remembers the finish of the Truck Series race. Would he end up putting a little bit of a push or a nudge to that 18 car, saying, hey, I wasn't appreciative of what you did in the Truck Series race? I don't think so. Looks like he's just going to go to the bottom
Dude,
lane
this
if he
is
can get
awful.
there. 7
don't know my
laps
pain.
to go. 3 car draws even. Gets under him and passes him.
cause a wreck
19
if
of
you want me
Sean
to.
Lewis looks to do the
Fireblades
same.
Do not cause a wreck.
I'm not trying to, and you're accusing me of doing it, and so I'll do it if you want me to.
And Maverick falls back from 2nd all the way to 4th in just about a lap. 4 car hits the inside wall again. 6 to go in the stage. Brailsford now obtains the 2nd position. Rashawn Lewis in 3rd, Maverick 4th, and Thorvaldsen in 5th. Coming to 5 to go.
Racing.
Down low.
Thorvaldsen, he
Thank
is
you.
also catching that 18 car and in a hurry. It seems the 2-tire pit stop at the 18 tried to pull off to get a good strategy call out of this is not going to fare well, even with the knowledge of knowing how the rest of the drivers fared with a 2-tire pit stop. Just figured he'd throw it out there considering his car has not been the best. 48 going to go to the inside of the
Considering
18
the left sides are
and
wearing
clear
about as much as the right.
for the 4th position.
Yeah.
At 18 is just pleading to try to hold on to that 5th position. Wants to at least finish this stage in the top 5 and get 6 stage points. Meanwhile, John
Where you at on
Heisel
track,
in a very familiar situation, leading this race and by a lot.
Where are you at on track?
Sorry, finish line.
The 19
need
and
you
the
to stay
3
back.
still battling it out to try and fight each other for that 2nd position, and 9 points
Yeah.
for one of those 2 drivers would be huge in the points battle.
I had a speeding penalty, Eddie. That's why I'm back here.
19 right on the back bumper of that 3 car, and
Ryan
it's
and I
heating
are
up.
Otherwise, I'd be
practically
right
there with
identical
John.
speed. Yeah,
How big
Ryan
of
and
a
I
lead do you have
practically
on
at
2nd, John? It must be like
12.6.
Are you on the last lap,
3
John?
car kind of pulls away
Yes.
there through turns 3 and 4.
Don't pass me, please.
Seems to have it though.
What?
1 lap to go in this
Please don't
stage.
pass me.
And that 4 of Harrison Talon not having a good run after those pit stops.
Of course.
I mean, I wasn't going to pass you, but I don't know what you're doing there.
No, I know. I spun out. That's what I did.
Here we come. Green checkered flag is out. John Heisel, another stage win. Brailsford 2nd. Lewis 3rd. Thorvaldsen 4th.
well, that was frustrating.
Maverick
but
5th. Smith 6th.
Gained
Carter
3
7th.
positions back to finish 4th, so I guess it's okay.
Looks like it's going to be Frankenfield in 8th and Talon in 9th.
I have to pit, dude.
And I would expect just about
Might as well
everybody to
sit right
pit.
now.
Or did they not?
I didn't.
Thorvaldsen
Oh.
stays out.
Oh, Ryan.
You know, this game
I know.
dicked me
Actually,
again.
Ryan.
It was some
Ryan, you did
miscommunication
something
between he
interesting.
and his crew chief, but he will restart in first. Now, how well will his car hold up?
I
78
did, but,
laps
I
to
don't know,
go
the second one apparently
in
didn't
this
go through.
race here in the Dover International Speedway. Thorvaldsen actually pulling away for now. But we'll find out
clear.
just how everything feels. And it looks like we have a crash in the back. Caution.
What?
Alright, it says I'm pitting on your guys' screen, right?
Yes.
48
Good.
and his team have communicated properly this time. Looks like they will pit. Hearing that the 3 of David Brailsford will also pit. John O'Heisel from the 3rd position will also pit. And it's going to be a JGR front row. Oh. It looks
What?
like Rashawn Lewis also pit.
Oh my God,
Huh?
Keith, why didn't you pit?
Here we come. Green flag, 18 and 5, leading to the green.
Whoa, Keith. Hello.
18 clears the rest of the field to take over the race
I
lead.
hate you Broncos fans so much.
Eighteen pushes up the
Eddie.
track, but
Oh.
he's going to get his lap
Very
led.
good.
The 48 of Thorvaldsen wants the lead.
It was for a second.
At 18, not going to give it to him all that easily. Ooh, 48 touches the apron. Pushes down.
It always happens in this.
I got loose in the center of the corner and hit the thing. So no, I didn't become retarded. And Jesus, every time someone spins out, you're like, oh, are they retarded?
Mm.
18 trying to run picture perfect around here. That 5 car is just a little better. Ooh, 18 hits the wall in the front straightaway. 5 car goes low. Ooh, 18 and 5 make contact.
Why?
Crash.
Keith.
Please.
Keith.
Caution waves.
Keith, I was there. Oh, Keith.
Oh, the lead! How did Keith keep the NASCAR lead?
Seemed like the 18 car went through the center of 1 and 2, and his car just had a little too much steer into it. Tried to keep off the 5 car, but just bounced into him a little bit, causing the crash.
Good. Good. Now I can pit every single time.
And now
if there's
it is a
caution.
JGR front row. The 18 and the 19 will lead them to the green flag at Dover.
Broncos fan does not know how to restart.
19 trying to draw even with the 18. The 18 pulls ahead.
Sean, please don't hit the wall in front of me.
'18 going to pull away from the rest of the field for now.
And I'm on the apron. I'm good.
Ooh, crash!
Oh, hi.
Oh my God.
Hi, Eddie. I died. Oh no, no. I was good and then that happened and cancer happened. I gotta lower it a little more.
The 18 and 78 will be on the front row.
One more. Come on, baby. You guys know what to do.
Here we come. Back to the green flag.
Now you got an alright restart that time.
63 laps remain here in Dover. 18 going to clear the field yet again.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Fireblaze, that was an interesting lag.
I didn't lag.
A little bit. I know you probably hit the apron, but it lagged just a tiny bit.
No, it was when David hit the wall, came down a little bit on
okay.
me. I got I was trying to save that car so bad.
No worries. Down low, Rashawn.
When Chad wins the race now because he got back on the lead lap. That would be funny. I don't know, Ryan and John are class.
78 gates the 18, a little nudge through the entrance of turn 1. .48 peeking to the bottom of the 78 car. Oh, they touch!
Oh boy. Sorry, Chad.
Whoa!
I got loose
John!
under Chad.
And we got a crash.
John's
I
dead.
got loose under Chad and slid right into him.
John, are you okay?
48 and the 78 must have bounced
I'm
off
fine.
each other off the exit of turn number
Yeah, that was
4.
my
At
bad.
least you're still alive.
Now two
All right, Ryan,
very,
you better get
very
the
dominant
Jesus
numbers in
restart.
NASCAR.
Go,
The
baby.
18 and the 48 are on the front row, coming back
Now
to
we
the
gotta
green
race.
flag.
So is everyone on the lead lap again?
Everybody's on the lead lap now.
57 laps remain here in Dover.
Oh boy. Choo choo.
18 takes the lead again, but it's not going to be as easy as it was before.
David, I would not be angry at you if you wrecked him.
Outside, Rashawn.
Why are we? Oh, Tim. Okay.
Oh, Keith.
Oh God,
Oh,
Keith.
Stop!
Oh, Keith.
Oh,
Oh,
you
Keith.
sack of
Oh,
Julia.
Keith. Oh, Rashawn. Oh, everyone.
Big crash.
Oh, AIDS.
Well,
Chad.
That was AIDS.
No.
you know, I was gonna stay high of him too, but then, he hit the apron.
Are you in 7th, David? Yep.
Coming back to the green flag, 18 and 78 will lead them back down to the green.
Come on, Daddy.
Oh no. No.
18 clears the 78.
And that'll have championship
No.
implications. No, look. But
Holy shit, Fireblaze, you came through the center path.
I think I just made my car go.
Ooh, 18 and 78 touch.
why?
They touch again!
Why am I getting loose? I'm AIDS. I'm AIDS now. Now I don't know how to drive.
Caution.
Come on, quick.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on,
I was
come on,
wait.
come on, come on,
Honestly,
come on.
I was looking at
Come on, go.
Rashawn the whole
Come on.
time because I thought his
Stop.
car was gonna be flying back across the track.
Love you.
Bye.
Go, Stephanie.
Love you, night.
Go, go, go.
Okay, bye.
Where are
Oh,
you?
Mom, seriously, I need you to leave.
Night, lady.
God.
John didn't pit.
Night.
Hoheisel stays out.
Yeah.
And yet again, the
Stop.
two most dominant drivers
Night.
back up on the front row.
Love you. Beans.
The worst thing
Green
about
flag.
this game is getting loose, just because as soon as you get loose, it's hard as hell to come back without, you know, completely coming to a stop.
Oh, that wall!
Well, my car is so loose when I'm behind someone on restarts. It's stupid.
That's why I stayed out.
Ooh, 24 inside spins.
Don't hate me, David.
Yeah, you have to like come to a complete stop pretty much. Once you start spinning,
5
if
and
it's just a
78.
little loose, you can save it. But like,
They are
when
putting
you're
a nice little clearing on the rest of the field. As you mentioned before, the two best drivers this year duking out head-to-head yet again after last week's fantastic battle at the end. Strategy between the 5 and the 78 varied, and it ended up giving that number 5 car a huge lead on the 78, but the 78 had fresher tires and was able to run him down. With about 10 laps to go, was able to really clamp down on him and won in a nail-biting final
Oh my
turn,
God.
beating and banging finish.
inside
I
or
was
Sean.
rotating a little too well.
Yeah, I know. It rotates way too good on exit.
No, you didn't. I got loose on the bottom and slid it a little bit.
5 car gapping the 78 just a tad, a little bit over half second now in front of that 78.
The smile said ka-chow.
I bet the clean air makes a
Well,
difference.
I
If
can
you
remember
need me to, I can move
42
them so we can
laps
rotate by.
remain here in Dover. Jono Heisel has put on an absolute clinic tonight,
I'm inside.
winning the first 2 stages of the
Rashawn.
race, and looking to cap it off with a 3rd win on the season. This would also
you
be
under him?
Chevrolet's 2nd win of the year. It has been all Toyota through the first 6 races, minus just 1 race. That was Thorwaldson winning at the... Oh! Frankenfield spins! Right in front of the field! Huge crash!
That's a huge crash. It's 2 cars. Muddy.
And that caution was
I
sponsored
think
by
he was
Credit
talking
One
about
Bank.
the impact.
Seemed that
All
78 car was just
right,
trying to chase down that 5. Had a
John,
little
are you
too much
still on the
over
same
rotation
thing,
through
or-
the center exit.
I mean, me and you are pretty much identical. But
Yeah, I changed it just a tiny bit.
yeah, see.
Went up about 0.4.
Besides the fact that you're in the back because you got loose, Eddie, how is your car handling? Because I mean, it seemed pretty fast when you're on exit or entry or where, all over.
Coming back to the green flag, Heisel in the 5. Marek in the 18. Lead the field.
Okay.
37 laps to go.
Oops, sorry, Fireblade, you got into
The
it.
smile said ka-chow. The guy said envy now.
My God, did you get loose or what?
4 car gets a little
Oh, I
free.
always get loose.
Hi Keith, how are you? No Keith, he will go away. No,
He's not-
pedigree,
he's-
go away.
He's not going to talk to you, Jim.
I know he's not. Don't ignore me, Keith.
48 of Thorvaldson looking for a little opening on the bottom. Not going to get it. It is a 3-way battle for the race lead with under 40 laps to go. Now here at Dover, they do have seats, but I don't think many people are using them. 48 gets a little high. 18 going to give him that room. 35 to go. Oh, 18 touches the wall. No, crash.
Oh, you sack!
Oh,
Oh, Rashawn.
18
game.
just had a very
Dude, I don't
shallow
know what to
entry,
do.
trying to give the 48 that bottom lane, or top lane, I should say. 18
I do not
just
know what to
entered
do.
very, very sharply. Such a treacherous thing to do here.
Two bros chilling in the hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
18 does not
God.
pit. Familiar sight. 5 and 18, front row. But watch out, that 48 is in third. 78's also in
Got her
fourth.
down, Ryan.
18 has the edge.
The pro edge.
Ooh, 48 beats it back with the 18. Crash.
Ryan.
Oh, why does this game suck?
Darn it. 48 car just seemed he got a little too wide above the exit at turn number 2. The 18 tried to give him as much room as possible without giving him the whole track.
Eddie.
And unfortunately, it cost him 6 spots on track, all the way back to the 8th position. We're going to see who takes the pit stop. Top
Did
4,
anybody else
stay
see
out.
they spilled this game sucks ass on the track? Yeah,
Eddie Carter in the 24 car, restarting 4th, doing his best to claw his way back up to the front.
Just be careful, he might get loose under you, Eddie. Or push up into the 78 possibly? Insider Sean?
Everybody gets pretty tight there. Oh, 78 giving shots to the back of the 5.
Inside Eddie.
78 peaking low on the 5 car. Gonna drive it in. Gonna try to draw even with him on the exit of turn number 2. 24 gonna claw back. Coming out of the 18. Got the 3rd spot for now.
Holy shite, I got
26 to go. Here comes Talon. And it looks like the 3 car as well is trying to fit his way in. So is the 48.
That was so sketchy.
The 18 caught on the outside lane, not getting any help from anybody. It is a man on man only. No one is giving any help to anybody anymore. And he's going to fall from 2nd or 3rd all the way back to 8th.
Fireblaze, you want to clear Eddie, or, you know?
No.
Oh, Heisel still in front of that 78 car, kind of put a little bit of a gap on him.
Alright, you're clear because I'm getting loose.
Eddie
Never mind,
Carter
you're not clear.
just waiting in the wings in the 3rd position if something are to happen. 48 car making it a 1, 3, and 4 Hendrick Motorsports top 4.
Go get him, you little NASCAR lover.
Do you have your tape at like 50 or what?
78 car reporting overheating issues. He might be able to fix that, but we're not sure. The 5 car is just driving away with 22 laps to go. Eddie Carter doing his best to get up to the 78 car and try to pass him. The 48 is also wanting to do the same. One thing drivers 2 through 9 really heed as a caution right now. Carter slips up the racetrack, loses the 3rd position to Ryan Thorvaldsen, and might lose 4th to Harrison Talon, and maybe even 5th to David Brailsford. 24 hits the wall. Got pinched up to the outside. 24 going to do the crossover move on the 4. Can't do it. 4 car still has it for now. 48 draws even with the 78. 78 falls back to 3rd. Talon into the wall. Falls back to 9th. Oh, Heisel must have a big smile on his face as he is driving away from this field right now.
I didn't see that.
48 car knows he is just as good as Hoheisel. If you can get up to him, is running in second. 3 car gets loose, falls back. He might go all the way back to 9th. If something might happen here, he might be able to get back up, but for right now, he's all the way back to the 8th position. Oh! Carter closes the door on the 18. Spin! Crash!
Bang!
Marek went to the low lane, and the 24 just shot him down, ran into him to try to close the door real quick. Unfortunately, did not work. That's got to be frustrating for the 18. He was battling for a top 5 spot. He's not going to be able to get it.
He's pit.
Oh, Keith, I thought you were gonna stay out.
I was about to cuss someone out if they didn't pit there.
Definitely a frustrating time to be the driver of the number 18 car. But here we come, back to the green flag. Everybody's re-racked. It is a Hendrick Motorsports 1-2. $14 laps to go. That 78 car is going to be a force to reckon with. Ooh, 48 gets moved.
I came down on him. I didn't exactly.
Beating and banging.
Tim put me in the wall. Or whoever's the 88, I can never remember.
Spin, 18. Got the worst end of the deal there. Had a top 5 possibly. He gets wrecked after being put 3 wide.
Sorry, Chad, I got really loose there. This car's butthole on restart.
I didn't want to finish good anyway. Heard that over the 18 radio. Very frustrated. As being put back to the last position.
Inside Sean. Wouldn't have gone so far back if Tim didn't, not know how to let up a little bit when he's pushing.
When Tim's in 4th.
I think Eddie's about ready to move. And if Eddie doesn't, I will.
10 laps to go in Dover.
Sean's getting by him too. I think it's the draft, honestly.
Top 3 are under a blanket right now.
What happened?
Deshaun Lewis falls back to 9th. Looks like David Brelsford, and he got into it a little bit. Brelsford going to fall to 7th position. And it seems that Rashawn Lewis has DNF'd from tonight's Dover International Speedway race.
Firebird, it seems like you finally fixed your car.
Yeah, I'd say. That's a good timing, though. That or I'm just finally driving it well.
5
Finally
to go.
learned the racetrack.
It's good timing.
Heisel, from what we can understand, still has the race lead.
Yep.
How far is he
Yep.
ahead of the second place driver?
0.6.
Just a little over a half second, 0.6 for second place. Looking to get another
The
race
funny thing
win
is,
here in Dover.
since he can hear us, but the stream can't, they're like, how does he know that? Does he have like a live tracker on this guy?
Yeah.
He must be a wizard.
Two more laps. That's all that remain here in Dover. Heisel, the bright white Mountain Dew Chevy, currently leads the rest of the field. It's been a dominating day in the Monster Mile. I gotta tell you, he's making Miles the Monster scour away a little bit. One more lap. He's never won with Henderson Motorsports. And tonight, it's only his second career start.
Go, Fireblades, I need one more. Come on.
And the checkered flag
Give me
is
one
out.
more.
John Heisel wins
Holy
the
shit.
AAA 200 here at the Dover
If I wouldn't have hit the
International
wall
Speedway.
if I wouldn't have hit the wall about 5 to go, I would
Second
have.
place is Chad
it would have been a
Frankenfield.
photo
Third,
finish.
Harrison Talon.
Damn
Fourth
it. Oh, that's
is
frustrating.
Brian Thorvaldson. Fifth, Eddie Carter. And you got sixth, Tim Smith.
John, you swept
Seventh,
everything,
Keith
didn't you?
Marrick. Eighth, David Brelsford. And
Yep.
ninth, Rashawn
He
Lewis.
might not have if the game wouldn't have screwed me after the what was that the first heat or the second heat that we had green flag.
Now that right there is 7
Second.
playoff points to the number 5 car, and that is a massive, massive help. Now one thing we want to do is we want to get in touch
Dude.
with John Heisel and interview him to see how the race winner is doing. Congratulations going all around to the number 5. Definitely a very deserving driver he is. Alrighty, we're in touch with John Heisel, winner of the AAA 200. First off, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much, Keith. It was a very stressful race. Very stressful.
We definitely do believe that. That 5 car seemed to be on rails, though, from the very beginning after winning the pole, and then, of course, winning both stages and then eventually the race. What did it take to be able to do all of that in a 200-lap span?
Well, I essentially had to be perfect anytime anyone was right behind me because the 48 in particular was really fast. He and I were about equal in the second stage, and then what happened with the speeding penalty, and then Chad got his car close, but not quite right there. So it's just, but I had to be perfect. I couldn't slip up. And I did slip up a couple times, but it was earlier in the final stage, so thankfully I was able to recover.
Well, another thing was strategy. Strategy seemed to be a huge part in this race. You've seen several drivers stay out in that final stage, and you went as far back as the last position after several cautions, getting into certain incidents, but you were able to claw your way all the way back up using your own strategy. And then, of course, with the several cautions that happened after you finally got back to the front, it seemed that once you got the lead, you were able to keep your own pace and keep everybody behind you.
Well, that was largely because my car was complete garbage the first 3 or 4 laps of a restart because, it was particularly up front because of the cold tires. But once it heated up, and I had clean air. The car was just gone. I mean, it was good, but in dirty air is really tough. So that's why I had to figure out some strategy to get up front.
And then finally, of course, the 78 car, he seems to be your Achilles heel this season, especially after last week's race at Charlotte. Was it a little nerve-wracking seeing him behind you with just the laps ticking away, knowing that he has one of the best cars that is racing against you?
To be perfectly honest, I was a little uneasy, but it was a similar uneasiness to when Ryan was behind me, or in front of me. It's just, normally I would have been really stressed out, but I knew his car wasn't quite as good as it normally is, so I definitely had to, be careful, but I wasn't too worried, thankfully.
All right. Well, congratulations, John. It is a fantastic, fantastic day you had. You were able to put an absolutely perfect points day together, and you get your third career race win. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Good race.
All right. That wraps up tonight's coverage of the AAA 200 here at the Dover International Speedway. Next week, we go to the Pocono Mountains for the Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you in Pocono, Pennsylvania.